Get on my. I'd be like, at some point, I'd be like, shut the up. Earlier today, I was with my girlfriend. We had lunch, and then literally as I was paying the bill, I was like, we have to go home immediately.
We have different ideas of consequences. I gotta admit, if I have to pick somebody to switch bodies with, you're not the top of the list.
No, I'm not. No, I'm definitely. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a minute.
Yeah, you were in Amsterdam for work,
Yep.
for your real job that actually pays you well for like 2 weeks, and you just got back.
Yes, it was a good adventure. I did my work, and then it was my second time in Amsterdam, and so like the first night after work, I kind of went out and checked out downtown and some parks and touristy stuff, and then after that, I pretty much just stayed in my hotel and read.
Yeah.
There's something about travel that makes me like just be like, I can read.
Right.
And
It's nice to like just having the free time.
Yes.
Just having the free time and having like no obligations around the house where it's like I have to clean my room or take care of my laundry. Like there's nothing really to do, which is like, what more could you ask for?
Exactly. And it's almost like a trope in, I don't know, TV shows and stuff that people read on vacation. Like you see people sitting out on the sun loungers next to the pool reading or pretending to read.
Yeah. Just to look smart.
Yeah. But I got through like several books. I found this author that I really liked, and then it was the first book in a trilogy that they were working on. I was like, I want to read the rest of this, but it's not done yet.
Right.
So I found another trilogy they wrote, and I burned through that pretty quick.
Yeah.
And, that was good. And then after I wrapped up and with work and everything, I got to hang out with some friends who happened to be in town.
Right. Yep.
This really cool Airbnb, and it was like an architect lived there.
Right.
So there was like architecture, like design and architecture books everywhere.
Do you think they had a hand in designing the place?
There were there was some distinctive design elements.
Yeah.
One of which was a glass floor, like right in the front, facing the street. So it was ground level.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because if you live in an apartment in Amsterdam, like in the downtown area, there's a good chance that if you go to the front of your place and you look out the front window, that's the street. People are just walking past,
right? And
they can look in as much as you can look out.
Was that something that you had to adjust to at all? Like not having real privacy in that sense?
I wasn't just walking around hanging dong, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
But you would have been if it was on the second floor or something.
Maybe, possibly not, out of respect for my friends and their unwillingness to see my dongs.
Nothing they haven't seen before.
So it was pretty cool because you could just stand and look out at the street and there's people walking past,
right.
Tourists doing their thing, people riding bikes past.
You should have just reversed privacy to everyone walking by and had your dong out. Just like pressed right up against the glass as they're walking by.
No, I mean,
technically you could do that. You're in your house, right?
I don't know the legality of it.
You test
so
it
I'm not going to test it. But I do know, like, I was talking to somebody who lived there, and they were like, they were on the second floor, and they were like, yeah, I have some neighbors like across the street who they don't close their blinds when they're getting it on, like they might be on the second floor, but they're. It's not an accident that their windows are open for that.
This reminds me of like the time when like my girlfriend and I first started dating.
Yeah.
And you know how it is when you first start dating. You're just like rabbits all the time.
Yeah.
You're just going to town, right? And it's just normal. And so it would be everywhere. It'd be like in the living room or whatever. And so we would do it in the living room all the time, just on the couches. And I have those big, large windows.
Yeah.
That have blinds, those shades that aren't always down.
Right.
And so I guess like we were doing it occasionally when those blinds were open, and there's a straight shot from my neighbor's house.
Right.
the one who lives above me, and she could see right straight into my house. And it's just like this widowed older lady.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think anything of it, but shortly after, maybe a week after the last time my girlfriend and I were doing stuff there, I saw my neighbor taking her trash cans out, and we you know, you do the neighborly thing, you have a quick chat or whatever, catch up or whatever. And she goes, oh, you know, like, I don't know if you would mind if I planted some vines along the fence that we both share. It would kind of, you know, cover up, you know, that hole, that opening, so it would be more privacy for you and me. And I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. And then whatever, we say our goodbyes, and as I'm walking away, she goes, oh, and by the way, like, for the time being, I can see everything that's going on until those vines are there. I can see right through. And she just said it. She just like leaked that she had seen some shit.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, okay, like I'll bear that in mind. It was insane.
Because already the implication was there.
Yeah.
But she just dropped it.
Just like, in case you weren't already aware, in case you didn't get the first clues I dropped, this is indisputable. This is, you know, there's no question about it now.
Okay, well, I will say your blinds are also not completely opaque.
Right, they're semi-sheer.
Yeah, so even with your blinds down,
you could still kind of make out. It's like back in the day when you had you know, basic TV, but you could get to the scrambled channels and kind of see the porn.
Yeah,
a little bit, but it was like hard to make out. You had to really sit and focus. So it's kind of like that.
It's like, okay,
you can see stuff if you're trying.
Yeah, and at that point, it's like, if you're trying that hard, then you know, you earned it.
Yeah. Then go for it, man.
Yeah, so props to your neighbor for planting some privacy vines.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And being just...
Well, I don't think the vines are up yet. That was like months ago, and they never came up. So I'm just like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's regretting her decision. You know, she's just like, I'll stick around a little longer. See how this shakes out.
Yeah, so this place in Amsterdam had a glass floor right in front of there was like the window to the street, and then right underneath that was a bookcase. And then the floor right in front of the bookcase was just glass, like the size of this table. Right. And then below that was a room. So it was like it was like unique. Yeah. Like I've never seen like, you know, you go walk into a bedroom and part of your ceiling is glass and you can just see into the room above you. Right. Or vice versa. Yeah. Somebody can be like in the room above you and just be like, hey, what's going down in there? Yeah.
That's definitely like, it's cool for like when the first impression is like, oh, this is a really nice, like cool artsy thing to have in a house. And then you like think about it a little more and you're like, this is kind of creepy. It could right?
be a double-edged sword for sure.
Like if like, I don't know, you just invite a chick over and you're like, wear a skirt, you know, and then just like you could just peep on people, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or like, you know, not telling someone that the like the rooms are connected or whatever. Like it could go different ways.
True.
It could be a little sketchy.
And I did not abuse that. I didn't want to see Mike Stingling, so I actually
wait, was it a bedroom on the first floor? Okay,
it was a basement, like sublevel.
Was there a bedroom? Was it like it turned into a bedroom?
It was so the ground floor was like living space. Yeah. And then underneath was like 2 bedrooms and a bathroom.
Okay. See, that would sketch me out. Like if both levels where that window was in the floor was where they were like common areas or something, it'd be cool. But if there's a bed, if it's where you're sleeping, like I wouldn't be able to sleep because I would just think like someone could easily just be watching me sleep through the window on the second floor or the first floor. Right. Like that would creep me out.
Not from the street. But not from the street, from inside the house.
From inside the house. Yeah.
So fortunately, I didn't have to.
You wake up and stare up, and Mike's just staring down at you from the second floor.
No. They took the bedrooms, and I stayed in the Jack Shack.
Yeah, there was a Jack Shack. You showed me a picture of that,
and it was
pretty cozy.
Yeah,
looked like a good place to jack.
It was. I actually did not use it for that purpose. Okay. I used it for sleeping.
Yeah. Wasted potential.
I honestly didn't have the energy. I was tired.
Yeah. That's how you know you're really, really wiped.
Yeah, man.
You can't even rub one out.
You put in like
nah.
15,000 steps and
Yeah.
eat a big meal and have a beer, and you're just like, oh, I'm ready for bed.
You're just staring at your dick like, sorry, bro, I got nothing left for you.
Yeah. Not tonight. But it was a great place to sleep. I liked it. It was like just like this self-contained little well built, like well constructed, insulated, like
nice
for sound and temperature. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. And then I flew to Germany, spent some time with some family out there.
Yeah.
And screwed up my flight, so my return flight was on the wrong day, and so I ended up taking the train back to Amsterdam.
Right.
And that was a whole adventure, because at first I booked a train ride that would have been completely screwed up. It was like multiple transfers where you have like 7 minutes to get from this platform to this platform.
Right. Oh, that's
and then the train was like delayed. So if I had taken that, I would have been screwed.
Yeah.
Fortunately, my uncle was like, I got this. I figured out this other ride that's just a straight shot.
Yeah. Right. Dude, just getting like when you're in a foreign country, just knowing a local can save you so much headache.
It's huge. It's huge.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I would have been very screwed. So I took the train back. I got to the airport, and I got there at like 10:30 p.m. Turns out the luggage drop closes at 10 p.m. So I was like, because I get there at 10 p.m. and my flight was like 9:30 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
So I was like,
a lot of time.
I was feeling adventurous. I was like, I'm gonna spend the night in an airport. I've never roughed it like that before.
Right.
But I couldn't get rid of my huge luggage.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it through security, so I dropped it off at a baggage drop, at like a locker, and then went through security, and got some food, charged all my devices, killed some time, and then by the time that the luggage drop was opening again, it was like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I went back out through security. So every time I went in and out, they stamped my passport. So I got like 5 extra stamps on my passport. and it was really interesting being in an airport, like, because some airports are active all the time, right? Mm-hmm. This one was like John Wayne, how they don't really do flights overnight. So I just was it was like completely empty, and I was like wandering around trying to find my way in and out of security.
Damn. Were you like the only one in like the lines, like the security line?
Yeah, 100%. And like,
that's wild.
It took me a while to figure out, like, they had the whole passport control section. Everything was closed. And I was just like looking around. I finally found like this little window off to the side, and this guy was like looking at me like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Like,
are you lost?
Yeah.
Sir?
So I was just like, I have to go in and out, and
yeah.
But anyway, I managed to finally go drop my luggage off, go back through security, not miss my flight, got back to the States safely.
It's like a whole ass day of just travel.
Yeah. It was, and then I just knocked out on the plane. I slept most of the flight back. It was.
Are you pretty good about sleeping on planes? Like you can knock out pretty easily?
Relatively, yeah.
I have a really difficult time. Like unless I'm like in like business class, like with like lay down, like lay flat seats.
Yep.
I have a really difficult time sleeping on planes. Like maybe if I like take a sleeping pill or something like that, I can get through it. But I just like for me, like the planets need to be aligned for me to fall asleep. I have such a hard time.
Yeah.
Like it has to be the right temperature. I have to be laying flat. It has to be quiet, or at least like white noise or some shit.
Noise canceling headphones.
Yes, they're a godsend on planes
for real.
But just like the seats are generally so uncomfortable for me. I can't cozy up enough to really knock out.
So when you actually do fall asleep on a flight, you're just like, when you wake up, you like,
yeah. You're like, I got like 2 hours left of the flight. Like when you sleep through most of it, like
yes.
there have been rare occasions when I do that, and it's like it's
satisfying.
Such a victory. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's like you just cheated. It's like you time traveled.
Yes, you time traveled through a bunch of like boring, miserable flight.
Yeah,
and
right.
you're almost there.
Yeah.
It's almost over.
You time traveled through, you got to skip the diarrhea disaster that the guy left all throughout the entire plane.
I feel like that would have woken you up.
Yeah, you gotta wear a nose plug. Actually, that would be worse because then you're just breathing it in. But of course, I was referencing the diarrhea plane disaster that occurred while you were away. This was all over the news.
Yes,
the story went viral.
Catch me up on current events.
Yeah, so since you've been out of town for a while, there was just I forget what airline it was, but it was only like an hour into the flight. It was probably like a 9-hour flight, and only 1 hour in, someone had uncontrollable diarrhea and just sprayed it across like the whole walkway, like all throughout the plane, from like the front to the back. And there's videos. You've seen the video?
I saw it. Yeah,
dude. Here, I'll just show it for all y'all. It's wild. It is so wild. They had to turn the plane back and land it prematurely.
So they just like laid blankets over this
like it was a dead
runway
guy. Like
runway of this area.
Yeah, but some of it, like you see that, like some of it's not covered.
It's out. It's
some
out
of
in the
it's
open.
not covered. Like, how does? First of all, what did that person eat?
Sugar-free gummy bears.
It could have been like it had to be like 3 pounds of Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. But even if they did, like, if you're wearing pants or something, wouldn't that sort of contain some of it? I feel like the only way that this would happen, this would only happen if you were like wearing a skirt, or if you were like buck-ass naked and just hobbling down the plane as you're diarrheaing all over. That
should be a new dance move.
The diarrhea.
The diarrhea slide.
The diarrhea slide. Dude, I can imagine. I bet some kid tried to use this as a slip and slide when he saw it.
That would be a stupid kid.
The parents would just.
But I can see some young dummy trying to do it for clout. Just be like, yeah,
for the views. Yeah,
I did. Yeah,
exactly. It's a TikTok. The diarrhea slip and slide.
That is the name of an amusement park ride that I will never go on.
Sounds like something South Park would come up with.
Yes.
But this is just catastrophic diarrhea. I've never seen something like this. Apparently they tried to cover up the smell by cleaning it up and stuff, and it didn't work. So they ended up just having to tear out all the carpet and replace it completely.
Wow. Yeah, I saw somebody stomping on the blankets over the streak, trying to like absorb it or whatever.
Right.
Those blankets ain't gonna cut it,
dude. And those flight attendants are not getting paid enough for this shit.
Literally. I luckily had a very uneventful flight, except my flight out. I fell asleep, and somehow my glasses fell off. So it was, I woke up, I was very disoriented. I was like, what's going on? I can't see.
You thought you were drunk or something.
No,
I'm going blind.
I woke up and I was like, what's going on? And I was like, where are my glasses? I can't see.
That's a kind of a panic moment.
It was actually legitimately like kind of panicking.
Screwed if I can't find my glasses.
Yeah, fortunately I found them. They were not damaged. I don't know how they came off, but
yeah. They didn't land in a pile of diarrhea. That's
no.
Dude, people got shit on this flight. Like, people have shit on them. Like, there's no, like, look at that spray. It, like, some people definitely got diarrhea on their skin.
Forensic Files presents diarrhea disaster at 30,000 feet.
Johnny made a gruesome discovery.
No, we analyzed the splatter patterns and all the aisle seats were in the splash zone.
Oh God, the casualties. This is why they put a curtain between first class and coach.
Yes, this is also the reason I travel with an extra pair of pants and underwear.
Honestly, that's the best idea. If you're on a long flight, to just have an extra change of clothes, because you never know what could happen.
You don't. You
really don't.
Like, I can usually trust my guts.
Literally.
But I do sometimes take risks. Like one time I was going on a long flight.
Yeah.
And for some reason I decided to try a new sushi place the day before.
No.
And fortunately I was fine, but you know how wrong that could have gone.
Yeah, no, it's a very fine line. You're always teetering on the possibility of catastrophic
Colon
events.
failure.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm next. I've been telling you about this a little bit. Like I've been having my shits have been wild, dude. I've been getting like
You've been wilding out.
I've been wilding out for like the last 3 weeks. I've just been getting crazy amounts of diarrhea. Like I have to go to the doctor this week. I'm gonna make an appointment because I think I might have IBS. I might have irritable bowel syndrome or something similar. Because it's like I'll eat. Like earlier today, I was with my girlfriend. We had lunch, and then literally as I was paying the bill, I was like, "We have to go home immediately," because it was already going through me. And sure enough,
that's brutal.
I barely made it home and just shit my guts out. And that's like for the last 3 weeks, I've done that 8 times.
Yeah, that's
really bad.
That's a disturbing pattern. That does call for a medical consult.
Yeah. So seeing like my girlfriend kept telling me like call the doctor, like make an appointment, and it wasn't until I saw that Diarrhea Plane video.
You're like,
and I was like,
I can't let this be me.
Yeah. I'm literally next, but
I have to take preventative action.
Handle this. I gotta yes.
Yeah, you may want to consider keeping a food diary in the meantime.
Yeah. I have been taking mental notes about what I've been eating when it happens. So far, it's just been sushi one time, and then today was like Vietnamese food. But those are things that I've eaten a bajillion times
without incident.
Yeah, without any issues.
And suddenly something's changed.
So something's wrong. I'll figure it out, and I'll keep you all posted on my bowel movement discoveries. I'm sure you're all teeming with curiosity.
Everybody's on the edge of their seat.
And it's a coach seat. I wonder if I have like a tapeworm or something. Do you think that's...
That's a question for a medical professional, which I will not pretend to be.
Yeah, I'm desperate for answers. My butt and I are on the struggle bus. Very desperate. Dude, look at this thing.
Also, do not use flushable wet wipes.
Do not use flushable wet wipes.
They are, the flushable part is a lie. They will screw up your pipes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Even though they may be, a nice diversion to the burning sensation.
Right.
Do not flush them.
All right, cool. Then I need to buy a trash can with a lid then.
Or a diaper bin.
I already get
Dude, diaper bins are amazing.
Yeah.
Like the technology that's been developed to
contain
contain
the odor.
that smell.
Right.
It is
I could have used that on that
pretty
plane.
bulletproof. Yes.
Extra change of clothes next time I travel, plus a diaper bin.
Or just wear a diaper when you go on a plane.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
I mean, good is questionable, but it is an idea.
Depends. I'll see myself out.
Thank you.
And good night. What else happened while you were away, Ian? Did you hear about the guy who escaped prison? The prison break?
No.
You didn't hear about this?
I did not.
Okay, cool. A convicted killer escaped from a Pennsylvania prison. And the way he did it, or I'll just show you the video and stuff. They actually have, what's cool is that I love social media now for this reason. Because they just have videos of everything. Like this ad with Ken Jeong.
His eyes are dry. Oh, no.
He's like, I'm old, but I'm still relevant. Okay, so.
He's a doctor.
Yeah.
He's a medical doctor.
Yeah. He got the degree first. Okay, so check this out. This guy on the left.
Those are some pretty impressive tats.
Oh, yeah.
On the guy on the right.
That guy's rocking it.
Okay. We're doing some parkour now.
Yeah, bro. And he just yeets out of there. He's like, peace. That is actually impressive.
Okay.
It takes a lot of core strength.
So he went vertical, like above where the camera
went above and then
was.
ran across the roof and crawled through razor wire.
Wow.
And he still hasn't been caught. This was days and days ago. This was like 10 days ago. So this is him now. They caught him on surveillance camera. He changed his appearance. He went clean shaven. So this is him. Mm-hmm. He went clean shaven, and then he stole a van. He stole a van from like a business. So he's got wheels. He's got a new appearance. And the dude is still on the run. Isn't that insane?
That is bananas.
They fired the prison guard who was supposed to be monitoring the footage real time when it happened.
Because he just was kicked back, like reading a magazine or something.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, he was on TikTok, dude.
Yeah.
They should have fired the prison architect too. Like, why are you making a jail that easy to get out of?
Honestly, you know what's wild about that is there are some countries that regard they don't punish you for trying to escape from prison because they recognize that it's a natural human trait to want to
bail.
if you're caged,
Right.
like you want to be free, like you seek freedom.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like that's
wild though.
it's kind of crazy that like if you're locked up, of course you're gonna have the impulse to try to get free,
Right.
and then get punished and
Yeah.
caged up even longer for just following your instinct.
But I mean, you also, have the instinct to kill your wife when she's being a bitch.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't have a wife and I've not done any killing.
So actually, that's what he's in prison for, is murder.
Okay.
He apparently stabbed his girlfriend 38 times in front of her kid.
That's at least 8 times too many.
Yeah. 30, after 30, it's a little overkill.
That's egregious. Okay. Yeah, I hope they catch him.
They should, they should do is they should just have him, once they catch him, they should have him work with prison architects to make better prisons. Kind of like Catch Me If You Can. You know what I mean? Like, dude, use this guy because you guys are clearly fucking up.
I mean,
you need him.
To be fair,
he's like a hacker,
To be fair,
Hire
what
him.
he did is a fairly novel technique. Like
Yeah.
that is not. I don't expect that would be a common
Right.
thing that you would expect a prisoner to try.
Right.
Is to just
Well, now you expect it.
go horizontal
Yeah, right.
and travel vertically.
You don't expect him to be that like smart or capable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I wonder if he trained for that.
Which is like I was telling my parents is I was like, look, if the guy did all this and he managed to escape and he still hasn't been caught, he deserves to be free. Just let him go. He earned it.
Yeah.
Dude earned it, man. Like that is wild. That's some Shawshank shit right there. And I love the dude with the tats on the right.
I was admiring his tats. I was like,
He's got to just be on lookout, right? He's probably just like, I'll yell coyote if the cops start coming.
wow.
How do you escape from that, dude? How do you run, 2 football fields through that grass without being caught?
That is some well-maintained grass.
It is. That's nicer than most public parks, bro, in LA.
Yeah.
And he was only in there for 2 weeks. He was convicted like 2 weeks prior, and then
That's fast.
wasted no time.
That is fast.
Dude's efficient.
I wonder how long his sentence was going to be.
It's probably a lot longer now.
Yeah.
Oh shit. But yeah, that's. So there's that. That was fun. You heard about Burning Man?
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Burning. It's funny. It's hit this inflection point where Burning Man is now like the butt of the joke. It used to be cool and hip and interesting and quirky, and now it's just getting shit on for being a bunch of tech bros.
Right. Tech bros and influencers.
Yeah.
That are just there to. It's become commoditized.
And the original like spirit of it, which was just like, kind of a hippy dippy commune, artist and free spirit thing.
Yeah.
Has been commoditized.
Yeah.
essentially.
Right. Yeah. They were actually talking shit on Burning Man, saying like how large the carbon footprint is now.
Yeah.
It's something like 100,000 carbon emissions. I don't know what the unit of measurement is. I wrote it down somewhere. 100,000 tons of carbon dioxide, the equivalent of the emissions created to power 19,000 homes for a year. That's just one Burning Man.
I assume. I wonder what portion of that is the actual burning of the man.
Right.
But
I mean, it can't be a whole lot compared to like how many cars. Because if you look at like how many freaking
cars and generators.
There was a drone shot like this shot right here. There's a longer one where it just goes on for miles. And it like the top comment was like, did all 70,000 people bring their own car? Because there's just so many cars.
Wow.
And a lot of them are huge RVs.
It's like almost all RVs.
Like every year, it seems like some some haywire shit goes down at Burning Man. And I've never been. I've never been to Burning Man. It's something that I always wanted to do back in the day, but now I'm just like I definitely don't want a part of it. This looks horrible.
Yeah.
This looks like misery.
Unless you can take the helicopter.
Yeah, chopper in, chopper out.
Yeah.
Burn some more fossil fuels.
Yeah.
That's wild. But basically, for those who didn't know, everyone was trapped. Like 70,000 people were trapped there on the playa, is what they call it, which is just this remote part of the desert in Nevada.
It's like a dried lake bed, right?
Yeah, and it flooded. It was raining really hard. Apparently, no one checked the weather forecast, and people were trapped. And I guess like the mud, there's like some, I don't know, there's something about it where it's like alkaline.
Yeah.
And so when it gets wet,
It'll burn you.
It'll actually like cake onto your skin and be almost impossible to get off. And it was like causing all kinds of damage to people. It was
People were getting
their cars were getting
Jeeps
fucked
stuck
up
in it.
Yeah. People like I know exactly what that guy said right before he lost his car. He was like, "It's a Jeep. I can get out of here."
Yeah, that stuff.
Jeeps can get out of anything. It's not a car. It's a Jeep. And then boom goes the dynamite. So that was wild. Let's never go to Burning Man ever.
Okay, done. I'm kind of sad that we didn't go back in the day.
It would have been cool to go back then, I think.
Yeah, like
it was
2015 or something.
Yeah, right. When it was
But-
maybe like a third of the size and still kind of had that spirit intact, and it wasn't just a corporate event.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be fundamentally altered by this event. If it'll
Yeah.
kind of go back to its roots, or if it'll just fully embrace the new status quo of being. It's like when your parents join Facebook.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's not a cool place anymore.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it definitely has been getting a worse and worse rap. I don't think this is the final nail in the coffin for it, though. I think
No.
it's just such a huge event, and the organization that throws it makes so much money off of it every year. They're going to try to keep it going. I think there's still enough people that'll go. Maybe there will be a dip in attendance next year.
Yeah.
But I think, like anything, like everything moves so fast these days.
True.
Like, some kind of scandal, some controversy happens, and then like 2 weeks later, everyone forgets about it because there's 5 new ones that pop up.
That is the news cycle, my friend.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Well, I'm prepared to forget about Burning Man.
Yeah, for sure. All right. This is a weird one. Loch Ness hunters were gathering at Loch Ness Lake to form the largest Loch Ness hunt that had been done in 50 years.
So they're really after Nessie this time.
Yeah. And we're not talking about the ladle.
I have one of those too.
Yeah. That's the only Nessie I think exists. At least that Nessie's useful. But
Does yours tip over easily?
it does.
Yeah.
That's my one complaint with it.
The center of gravity is not very good.
Nessie's got really little legs. They gave
Yeah.
her really little legs.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a 2.0
But
model.
It's cute though.
It is cute. So makes up for it in other ways. But yeah, these crazy people, these fucking crazy idiots, looking for Loch Ness. They all, just scanned the lake to try to find it.
They
did not.
drones with infrared cameras,
Yeah.
hydrophones,
Right.
visual scanning by volunteers,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna guess nada from that.
No, nothing came of it.
I definitely would say I believe UFOs or UAPs are a lot more likely to exist
Yeah.
than the Loch Ness monster.
For sure.
That's such a racket.
Yeah, man. But it brought up the question. It made me think, like, out of all the like urban legend kind of mythical creatures or monsters, which one do you think you'd want to see exist? Which one do you think you want to exist the most? Because there's like what?
I mean,
Bigfoot,
there's Bigfoot and Loch Ness monster. Those are definitely the top two.
Abominable Snowman is one of them.
Is that a separate thing, or is that a variety of Bigfoot?
I think it's winter Bigfoot. I think it's winter season Bigfoot. It's like Eskimo Bigfoot, They're related, but slightly different.
I would say,
What else is there? Oh, there's Cthulhu. Does he count? No, he's too big.
That's entirely fictional.
Okay.
You thought Cthulhu was
Shit. All right, man.
a crypto?
Okay. No, you're right. At that point, we might as well just
Crypto
throw in
species?
Santa Claus and shit. No,
Hey,
what about giant squid? I'm thinking of giant squid.
Giant squids exist.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, but how giant? Like,
Pretty damn big.
like bigger than a blue whale, though.
They tangle with blue whales. Like
Really?
yeah.
How big is the biggest giant squid? I don't even know.
Let's go to literature.
Okay, the giant squid remains largely a mystery to scientists despite being the biggest invertebrate on Earth. The largest of these elusive giants ever found measured 59 feet in length and weighed nearly a ton. What?
It's a squid, and it's giant.
I didn't know they were that big.
Yeah.
59 feet.
So when you said Cthulhu, were you referring to...
The monster squid thing?
Yeah, that's not Cthulhu.
That's not Cthulhu?
This is not Cthulhu.
What is that?
Cthulhu is a Lovecraftian horror.
Oh, right.
It's
yeah.
an extra dimensional entity that will basically scramble your brains because you cannot conceive of the horror
All right.
of perceiving it.
Then I'm glad he doesn't exist.
Yes.
He
So when
sounds
you
scary.
said Cthulhu, you meant giant squid.
That's what I meant. I got those streams crossed. My bad, everyone. My bad.
Okay, to your original question, I would say Bigfoot just because it's a a very elusive terrestrial mammal,
Yeah.
probably.
Kind of humanoid.
Yeah, that if it actually existed and was discovered and studied would be very illuminating and interesting to learn.
Yeah,
about.
right. Yeah, no, that's true.
Giant squids are out there,
Yeah,
so watch your ass when you're in the ocean.
right. Did you hear about the earthquake in Morocco?
Vaguely, yeah.
So, it was a 6.8 earthquake in a city in Morocco, and 2,000 people have already died. Over 2,000.
Wow.
This is wild
That's
shit.
hardcore.
So this is
Oh no, that building does not look. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad.
yeah. So this is it's not exactly a super. I don't know how developed of a country Morocco is. Not quite U.S. standard, I think. So the architecture and like just the engineering, structural integrity of the buildings there is probably not quite as good. Because we've had big earthquakes like that, like the Northridge earthquake was a 6.7, basically the same, and I think 57 people died versus 2,000.
Believe it or not, 6.7 and 6.8,
It's a big difference.
it's a factor of 10.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, the Richter scale is
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, it is. I want to say logarithmic.
Yeah.
Somebody will correct me, I'm sure. But the difference between a 6.7 and a 6.8 is actually
Whoa.
it's 6.8 is 10 times more intense than a 6.7.
Holy crap! So wait.
Yeah.
So then is that for? Well, there goes the building. The rest of it.
Oof.
Wait, did you see that? So then what? So is that the same if it's like 5.2 to 5.3, also a 10 times difference? So
That's my understanding of it. I could be incorrect, but that the first time I
look at that.
learned that, it surprised the hell out of me.
That is pretty
Wow.
crazy. I didn't know that at all. Does that mean so what happens if it's like an earthquake is like 4 times or 5 times as intense? Do they just round? They just round down or up?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah. Cuz I feel like an earthquake 5 times as intense is like there should be some way to differentiate that from
Right. It's that's just
6.75 maybe. I've never heard them use hundredths though.
yeah.
I wonder if that's a thing. I don't know much about earthquakes other than that shit's wild.
Did you when we had an earthquake like it was like a month ago? Did
Yeah.
you get an alert on your phone?
I did, I think so.
I got it and it was like 30 seconds.
Before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, earthquake coming. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, right.
Like I didn't feel like I had time to do anything about it. I was just like, well,
Yeah.
at least it won't be a complete surprise.
Yeah. At least I'll know I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that's funny. It's like what can really be done
But honestly, that's pretty damn impressive. Like 30 seconds of warning
That is true.
compared to it's just happening.
Right, because
Which is how it used to be.
Because in certain scenarios, that could probably help a lot, depending on what you're doing. Because that begs the question, like, after hearing about this earthquake, I was like, what's the worst thing you could possibly be doing when an earthquake hits?
I'm thinking standing on a ladder.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's better than mine. I said playing Jenga.
We have different ideas of consequences.
Hey, man, it might be a really intense game.
It could be a life or death bet.
I can be
of
competitive
Jenga.
sometimes.
Man, Morocco got blasted.
It got really rocked hard. 2,000 people is
that's sad.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's very sad. A lot of shit happening like that. I think like shit like that, like disasters have always happened constantly. We're just hyper aware of it now because of social media. We hear about every little thing that goes on,
Yes.
and you just realize like, whoa, something is happening every day. That's catastrophic.
And the crazy thing is there are like a lot of crazy, minor disasters that happen every day that are just not quite big enough to make it into mainstream news.
Exactly. Yeah. Global news. Right.
Yeah.
True. What if another thing I thought of is like, what if you were having like open heart surgery during an earthquake like that? Like your chest is wide open.
That's actually a good question. A lot of my understanding is that in a lot of places, operating rooms are they are treated as like super critical infrastructure to the point where like an operating room should have redundant power sources. It should have backup power sources.
Yeah.
And like best case scenario, you could have like a substantial earthquake or like power grid disruption, and the people working the OR wouldn't even know. I mean, they'd get shaken around maybe.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, what if like the surgeon has like, a vessel of your heart like in his tweezers, and it's like a really delicate, he's like threading a needle inside your body. And then it just, that's when the earthquake hits.
You just have to hope they have the right instincts to just like
not stab
pull
you
back as quick as possible.
What if his Red Bull falls into your chest, like
then you'll have wings
in heaven.
Yeah.
You'll be ahead of the pack there.
Yeah.
But one thing I thought of, it'd be really funny if right before a massive earthquake, you farted real loud in public. Like you just let one rip, and then just the earth shakes.
And then you're just like, oh, sorry about that, guys.
Like you get the text, right? Like there's going to be an earthquake.
And you're like,
and you adjust.
I'm locked and loaded.
Yeah. You just wait for the right time.
That could provide some comedic relief to people who are kind of upset about the earth shaking around.
That's true. Or it might be worse. It's like insult to injury. Like, oh, I'm getting crushed to death and it smells bad.
All right, stupid idea, but you know how they have tornado sirens?
Yeah.
There could be earthquake sirens that just emit huge farting sounds.
Like the earth is about to fart.
Yeah. Add some levity to the impending doom.
Yeah, right. That'd be a cool job, if you were the fart guy.
The Foley artist for the...
Yeah. You were the one on the mic that made the fart noises.
Yeah.
Like it was like the guy in the ancient times that had the trumpet, that would like sound the horn anytime there was like an army coming, but you would just do it. I don't know. What's a good fart sound that instills a sense of caution and alarm? Oh, that's good. You can lean into it with your hand. No.
I feel like well, ladies and gentlemen, we have degraded into just having fun making fart noises.
Thank you for watching. Super special. We'll be right back with a message from our sponsor.
After this message from our sponsors, Imodium. Sponsor us, Imodium.
I'm sending the link to this episode to Imodium. Try to get a brand deal. Oh, shit. Look at this thing. You want one of these as a pet? This alligator. It's over 14 feet long. It's broke a world record for Mississippi. Just
For the state of Mississippi specifically.
for the state of Mississippi.
So then that begs the question: what's the world record?
Ooh. How big was it? 19 feet?
Whoa!
No way. Is that real?
That is actually a very impressive video.
This?
Yeah.
You've seen this?
Yes.
Massive alligator caught on video is not a hoax. What is with this quality? Holy. Okay. Look at the two dumbasses standing right next to it. Dude. What? It's got its mouth is pregnant. What the hell? Dude, 800 pounds?
Yeah. Do not tangle with the
Dude.
alligators.
Alligators are just dinosaurs that forgot to die.
Mm-hmm.
They're just dinosaurs that they're the only ones that made it.
They just haven't changed in millions of years because they didn't need to.
Yeah, they're like, we're already badass.
Yeah.
We're an apex predator.
So this one is
You changed.
14 feet
Yeah.
as opposed to, what was the other one?
It didn't say the... oh, yeah, 19. 19 was the world record.
I feel like a 4-foot alligator is more than enough for me.
That'll get me out of the water. Quick. You see the video of the guy getting eaten by a crocodile?
No, I saw a crocodile or alligator just casually rip the arm off of one of its like relatives. There was like a feeding frenzy, and it was just like,
It was just cannibalism?
yeah, just accidentally like, well, got something in my mouth.
Jesus.
Rip it off. Oh, it's
Hell
my
no.
brother's arm. Whatever. It's still tasty.
Hell to the no, dude. Crocodiles, I feel like, for me, like right up there with sharks in terms of most terrifying creatures.
Yes.
I think sharks are a little more terrifying just because they're purely underwater. And just
Yeah.
like a great white's mouth just is horrific. I
Yeah.
mean, so is a croc's, but
But the difference is if you don't go in the ocean, you don't have to deal with sharks.
yeah, right.
But you can
Crocodile.
be on land.
Yeah,
And
still get wrecked by a croc.
yes, I don't think this is gonna load.
No, this is clickbait.
Oh, do you know that thing is called
this thing in the middle?
the loading wheel?
What is it called? Pinwheel?
Apparently, it's called a throbber.
No, it's not.
You can fact check me.
No way.
I
A throbber?
okay.
Loading wheel. Throbber. It really is. There it is. It's got a Wikipedia page.
It's such a
Damn.
dirty sounding word.
It is. Some creepy ass developer named it a throbber. What are you calling that thing that you just invented for the world? Throbber.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yes.
like it.
Well, you can't. I mean, you could get a concussion real quick and probably unlearn that and how to talk, but
Then my head would be a throbber. I can't escape it. This is probably one of the top 5 facts that I wish I could unlearn.
well, see, the best thing you can do with a fact like that is pass it on.
Oh god, that's such a dick move.
It's like gonorrhea.
Oh no. Gonorrhea alert. The gift that keeps on giving. So there's this guy who is a shaman. He's a self-proclaimed shaman. And I think he was trying to... Oh, and there he goes. He's getting... he was trying to summon He's trying to summon this crocodile that, like, ate a kid in the village.
I think he may have succeeded.
I think he did. Didn't turn out like he hoped. He was, like, meditating in the water where the croc had killed the kid.
Okay.
And the croc was like, "Oh, you want some of this? You want a piece of this shit?"
And
And everyone's just like, "Where did he go? Is he okay?"
he's getting pooped out of
Right
an
here.
alligator.
Boom. Dude's
Whoa.
just pulled under and just does not come up ever again.
He got turned into alligator chow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So there are some lessons that you could take away from this. The first of which being, if there's a man-eating animal, don't go and hang out where that man-eating animal
Try to attract attention from it.
lives. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's terrifying. When I was in Yacht Week in Greece, it's like a giant water festival, boat festival type thing, and there'd be times where we would create like a circle of boats,
right?
Like a little fleet of boats, an arrangement, and then we would all jump in the middle and swim around the ocean, which was fine because there's like a lot of people there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, if a shark or something comes, it's probably going to get one of them first. Safety in numbers.
Yes.
But then at some point, we were heading back to Athens to catch our flight home, and it was a really long sail there. So our skipper stopped midway just for a break and like anchored the boat. I was like, if you guys want to like jump in the ocean or whatever, just like, cool off because it was really hot.
Yeah.
And so like some of the other friends like Chris and stuff jumped in, and I jumped in and I was like, oh, it feels good. But then like 5 seconds later, I look around and just see like the horizon from all angles. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I'm just in this incomprehensibly large body of water alone here in the ocean. No idea what's beneath me. I can't see below the surface. And it like freaked me out, and I immediately got out. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It freaks me out, man.
It's like having a bed that could have monsters under it, but you can't look under the bed.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not even like really that illegitimate or logical.
No,
fear,
it's not.
Because there really is shit in the water that can kill you.
Yeah. I mean, statistically, you're pretty safe, but still, the fear is very real.
Right.
And it's not irrational.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Like what's going to kill you under your bed?
Booby trap.
Booby trap. It's never boobies.
No.
Only a booby trap.
I mean, has anyone ever died of boobies?
That's a good way to go, though.
Just
there's worse ways to die.
He died doing what he loved, being smothered by boobies.
That's a conflicting moment though for a guy, right? You're like, I'm dying, but
gloriously.
Also boobs. What do I do?
Oh man. Okay, so does shark take scariest animal for you?
For me, I think like a great white shark is the most terrifying.
Okay.
I think that's the most terrifying for me.
For me, I would say it's a tough one, but I would probably say a bat with rabies.
I knew you were going to have some weird-ass answer. A bat with rabies?
Because you can get bitten and not even know it.
You can't know it? You wouldn't know that?
You could get like just a little
nick
and not even realize that it was an animal bite.
Right.
And you get infected with rabies. And
okay. Then I could change my answer to a shark with rabies.
Oh, I don't think sharks carry rabies.
Okay. But it's really the rabies that makes it scary.
Yeah.
Because a bat, are you scared of bats on their own without rabies? They inflict fear into your soul.
Bats in of themselves, no, not so much. It's the disease that they can carry.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So just a purely scary animal.
Yeah. He's not using any assists. he's going. He's going raw.
What is that? Iron Man.
Iron Man.
No, like what?
That's a superhero, Ian.
No. It's like unassisted or no buffs or I don't know what. Like gaming terms. Okay, ignore that. Cut that. This is some dumbassery. Okay,
someone help me in the comments. I don't know what's going on.
Scariest animals.
What's scarier than a shark or an alligator or a crocodile?
I mean, are like intellectual fear or visceral fear?
Like the one one you'd want to be
like the
alone with the least. The one you'd want to be alone in a room with, or like wherever it had the strongest chance of killing you. What's the most? Yeah, like
I would probably say if I was like gonna be trapped with an animal, The one that I would want to least be trapped with. I might say like giant python.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah.
or something that will
Just getting squeezed to death.
Well, I mean, if they don't have to, they won't bother squeezing you. They'll just eat you.
Right, that's true.
So that's not my favorite.
That would be a shitty way to die for sure because it's like a slow death.
Yeah,
it's a slow death,
especially if it's
know what I mean.
feet first.
Ooh.
Yeah, at least with a shark, you have the off chance of just getting a quick chop.
Like
you lose blood so fast that it's just like
you're done pretty quick.
Yeah,
a few seconds.
And if the audience has scarier animals that they would like to submit for consideration,
yes,
to give us more nightmares,
right?
Then those are welcome.
Yeah, and maybe we'll talk about them on a future episode.
It's possible.
That'd be fun. I wanted to move on to some hypothetical scenarios. This is something that just popped in my head. This is a new segment that we're trying out.
Okay.
Just hypothetical scenarios where we ask each other random questions and we answer it together, just for the lulz. And maybe I'll add this as a new channel to the Discord so people can also offer suggestions and create their own hypothetical scenarios for Ian and I to discuss. So the first one is, if you and I switched bodies for a week, what would we do or try?
I'm assuming that that it's a body switch and lifestyle switch as well, right? Like I'm not going to try to go to work in your body.
That would be fun though. I could just show up at your work and just like, I don't know, take my pants off and start dancing on the desks. Kick Steve in the face and just shit on his desk or something.
You're assuming I don't do that already.
He's like, well, you're really tame today. And okay, fine. Let's say excluding the lifestyle change.
I don't know. I feel like I would be deeply dysphoric. I would be like, what am I doing here? What's going on?
Yeah.
I would get some stupid tattoos.
Oh, so you're just going the troll route here.
I mean,
you're going the total troll route.
That just what comes to mind.
That would suck if you got tattoos, I still felt the pain. Like, what the fuck's happening?
I would definitely get like a dick butt tattoo. And
I would go the Steve-O route and tattoo my face on your chest. Just a huge spread. Huge chest piece.
Let's see.
I'd give you a tramp stamp. The ugliest butterfly I could find.
Now, if I happen to break your body, do I get my body back in one
also
piece?
Broken.
Oh,
no.
Okay. The breaking transfers.
It's on the transfer.
Okay. Because I was gonna do some like extreme sports,
Oh God.
But
I can't look at my body. I can't do extreme sports. I would be the ball. I'd get thrown around.
I mean,
I'd try to
kite surfing or or
parasailing or something.
Parasailing or what's the one with the it's like a suit. It's a wingsuit. Yeah, wingsuit.
Oh God, like the flying squirrel shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Wingsuiting.
So you just But then what happens if you died? If you killed me, would your soul still like be able to go back to your body, or would you die with my body?
I think you'd just be stuck in my body.
Which I'd be cool with that. I'd be like, because like what I would do if I had your body, first of all, I would change all of the dead light bulbs in my bathroom.
There's such a thing as a footstool.
Yeah, I know, but
a step stool.
It's in the name. That's a whole extra step that you have to take.
Okay.
Whereas like I could just do it raw dog, like without any kind of assist.
Oh, you could look at the top of your fridge and see, the graffiti that I've written in the dust up there.
Oh, yeah. There'd be like little clues I could find. I was also gonna like see what's in all of my top cabinets in the house.
Yes.
I don't know what's in any of them.
You know what? That's one of the first things I do. Whenever I move in somewhere new, I always explore the top cabinets and also possibly lay claim to them.
Yeah. So I was thinking one good thing for you to do in my body would be like fly, like travel, because like I'm compact. Like a flight would be more comfortable in my body.
That's true. And I would have your credit card.
and you can just max out
your face.
max out my Amex. Why are all my points gone? Yeah, you could do that.
The problem is, and this is something that I've wondered, like, every now and then you'll see like a movie where somebody figures out a body swapping scheme, right?
Yeah.
Or they steal, they take over somebody's identity. Like, how do you do that? But you don't have any of their knowledge. You don't know who knows them,
right.
what their relationships
Of
are,
course, yeah.
like
That's always
what their
holes.
passwords are, like any of that.
Right.
Like, how do you fake your way through all that?
Yeah, that's true. Like, in reality, you wouldn't get very far.
Unless I go and find like a safe that's biometric, and I'm just like, oh, fingerprint, boop,
Yeah,
and
sure.
then here's where all the passwords are and everything,
Right. And the car keys and shit.
and all the journals about everybody that I know.
The password. Yeah, the password book and all that. Yeah, that's true. That is a good point.
Like, if you want to slip into somebody's life and
Yeah.
you don't have access to their memories,
Yeah.
you're gonna get put in an insane asylum pretty quick.
That would make a good premise for a
Or
movie.
you just be like, oh, I have amnesia.
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah,
I hit
yeah,
my
yeah.
head. I have
yeah,
amnesia.
just stage an accident.
Yeah.
And be like, I need to, can someone retrieve all my passwords for me? Contact, LastPass or whatever, and
Yeah.
get all your shit. Call the bank, get a doctor's note.
You would actually have to hit your head pretty substantially.
Yeah.
So that a
would.
medical professional would be like, yeah, you damaged you damaged yourself.
Yeah. But that would be a good premise for a movie, right? He stages it, but it actually works, and he does lose his memory. So he doesn't realize, he doesn't know who he is. He really thinks he's that person.
At that point, it's just a wash.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a normal person with amnesia.
Oh shit.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I gotta admit, if I have to pick somebody to switch bodies with, you're not the top of the list.
No, I'm not. No, I'm definitely not. I was gonna say, what are you gonna do? Like, just I don't know, attract more attention from the police. I don't know.
Do you get more attention from the police?
I feel like I would more than you. If we were side by side, if I was in your body, I would see how long I could annoy a cop for before he arrests a black guy out of frustration.
they just need somebody to take out their frustration on.
It can't be this guy.
Yeah, so you could spend some time enjoying white privilege.
Yeah, just being a white for a day. I'd apply for a loan, maybe. Rerun my credit score.
Yeah. You
would have to try to, like, I don't know, you could maybe go to a club and try picking up a Latina chick or something.
Okay. I mean,
because I got a little bit more brown in me. Maybe they'd be more receptive. It's never worked for me, but maybe it would work for you. You might need to add some extra game to the equation.
Well, if I did have your body, I would have the ability very spicy foods.
Yeah, right.
And that's I mean, you can show off a little bit, stunt with spicy foods a little bit.
Yeah, flex on them a bit.
I don't know if women will find that attractive, but
Well,
you'll get some dudes being like, "Damn, bro, you really ate that."
Well, the ladies will find it attractive once they realize you also have IBS and you just shit it all out right after you eat a meal.
Okay, see, I don't want to swap bodies.
No, you shouldn't.
It feels like I got the better one.
It's a horrible deal for you. I'm trading up. You're trading down. Let's be honest, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So this is fun. This is a fun segment already. We got time for one more here. You pick. There's a few more at the bottom there. You choose which one you want it to be.
Personally, I would go for. Okay. For who would you most like to haunt you? Does it have to be somebody who's already dead, or like, can they still be alive and once they die, they get to the haunting?
Yeah, we'll leave it open-ended like that.
Okay.
Yeah, living or dead?
I would like to be haunted by Patrick Stewart.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
There's nothing less scary than a ghost with a British accent.
Plus, he's a master of like
Narration.
theater,
Yeah.
stage acting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he's just an all
And he's
around
hilarious.
badass.
Yeah, he's funny, too.
And so So I don't know if this is assuming that the haunting is malicious or it's just if it's just like, well, I'm here, like I'm haunting you, so you want to like hang out, and watch
I think
something?
it's still like the way I interpret it is that he's still, whoever it is, they're still in their own spirit.
Yeah.
Right. It's like it's the spirit of them. So if they're a nice guy, they're going to be nice. If they're mean, they're going to be mean. But they're not going to be malicious. Just because they're a ghost.
Actually, okay. And now that you say that, I actually have to say Ian McKellen.
Oh yeah, similar vibes. But another British guy.
But he was a badass.
Yeah.
He was a certified badass.
Yeah. He did. He was obviously Gandalf, right?
Oh wait, am I thinking of the wrong person? No,
Ian McKellen was Gandalf in Lord of the Rings.
No, he was
No. Who was it? Ian McKellen is Gandalf. Yeah.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Christopher Lee.
He was in Dracula.
He was Gandalf's like nemesis.
Oh, he was Sauron.
Saruman.
Sauron, sorry.
It's confusing. I used to get that mixed up all the time.
Yeah,
I would say
yeah.
Christopher Lee because he was a stone cold killer, and I feel like
What?
Yeah.
An actual killer?
Yes.
Like in the army or what?
Yeah.
Military?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Like
And you'd want that guy haunting you?
yeah, like just
Keeping you on your toes?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm sure he could give me some good tips on how to stay alive in a sticky situation.
How to kick ass?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
So you'd use him for like the survival benefits.
Plus, he'd probably yell at me and get me to take care of myself.
That sounds stressful. It's like having a drill sergeant on your ass constantly.
You know what? But he was also a man of culture and education, but he was also just a reserved badass.
I guess it's like having a personal trainer, sort of.
Yeah.
Like, you'd probably improve your life, your quality of life.
Yeah, I would say Patrick Stewart if I want just like pure entertainment and camaraderie.
Right.
But Christopher Lee.
For more practical reasons.
Exactly.
I can see that. Yeah. I like how they're both just old white dudes. You just want a bunch of old white dudes following you.
All right, so I would also take Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Just to narrate your life. Mm-hmm. I would just have him narrate like Kyle walked into the room not knowing
That's
what
all
to
he's
do.
good for.
That's it. That's literally it. And then like
there's so much more to the man, but it's like his voice is like honey.
it's like crack for your ears. All he would, the only two things he would do is narrate your life really fucking well and hit on my girlfriend. That's the only two things he would do really well.
It's like, calm down, Morgan, calm down. I'm in charge here.
Oh man, yeah, I would do. I think for fun, for entertainment purposes, I would say Mitch Hedberg.
Okay.
I think he'd be hilarious. I think he would just, my life would just be filled with so many of his one-liners. Mm-hmm. You know, and it would be a chance to like hear new material from like a dead comedian, which I think is pretty dope.
Yes.
Practically speaking,
Sun Tzu.
Who?
Never mind.
Who's that?
Have you heard of a book called The Art of War?
Yeah, I don't know anything
he
about
wrote it.
though. Oh.
Although
So
there might be a language barrier, so
Oh, okay. I would say maybe someone who's like maybe like Ram Dass or something. Someone who could like chill me out and like calm me down or like have me like give me new perspectives on things when I get too in my head or something. He just like chills me out. He's like, you just need to think about less and eat grass or whatever the fuck he's going to tell me.
I mean, if you're gonna go that route, just take Gandhi.
Buddha. Yeah, Gandhi.
Yeah.
Gandhi would be chill. But then I couldn't do the Indian accent. Get on my. I'd be like, at some point, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Can you do any impressions of like a normal white dude? This is not what we asked for.
I do know what Gandhi actually sounded like.
No, I'm just being racist.
Okay. That's what I figured. I just want to check.
I honestly don't. But isn't he? What ethnicity is Gandhi?
He was Indian.
Okay. Well, then,
and I
it
can't.
doesn't mean that all Indians have that accent, but I would assume that.
I wonder if he had like more of an English, like British accent than an Indian accent, but I have no idea. But of course, you were just like thinking of like somebody from an Indian call center.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Or anytime you see Gandhi represented in like Hollywood or film or whatever, he's always got just an Indian accent.
That's true.
But maybe you're right. Maybe he sounds exactly like Patrick Stewart.
You know what? I'm assigning Chris Farley to haunt you.
Oh God! Actually, that would be pretty dope. Chris Farley would be sick,
right?
That would be hilarious. We'd be bros.
Yeah, he would encourage all of your bad habits.
Yeah, he would.
He'd be like, "You're not going to eat that second bite of ice cream? Come on, Kyle."
I'd be joining him in the afterlife very soon. He wouldn't be haunting me for long.
It would turn into a ghost conga line. Yeah. He'd be like, "Okay, Chris, who are we going to haunt now? Let's get him to join us.
Come on, Kyle. Let's make a train." Shut up, Chris. Oh, damn. On that note, thank you for joining us for this excellent episode of Super Special. Follow and join the Discord and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Bye.